Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Spark English Daily. I'm Zara.
And I'm Liam. Hey everyone. So happy to be here with you again today.
We are so glad you are here. Quick question before we start. Did you practice your cafe English from last episode?
Yes, did you go to a cafe and order in English? We hope you did.
If you did, write in the comments below. Tell us what you ordered. We would love to know.
Okay, before today's lesson, please like this video and subscribe to Spark English Daily, and share it with one friend who is learning English. It really helps us so much.
Thank you so much. Okay, Liam, are you ready for today's topic?
I am so ready. Let's go.
Today's topic is daily routines, how to talk about what you do every single day in English.
This is such an important topic because people ask about your routine all the time. What time do you wake up? What do you do in the morning? How do you get to work? These are very common questions.
And the good news is, daily routine vocabulary is very simple. You already do these things every day. Today, you will just learn how to talk about them in English.
And today, we're doing something a little different. No story today. Instead, Zara and I are going to share our own daily routines with you. Real and natural, just like a real conversation.
Yes, and you will learn lots of useful verbs and time expressions along the way. Ready, Liam? Tell everyone about your morning.
Okay, so my day starts early. I wake up at 6:30 every morning.
6:30. That is quite early, Liam. Do you like waking up early?
Honestly, no. I do not like waking up early at all. When my alarm rings, I always want to press snooze.
Oh, I understand that feeling completely.
But I get out of bed, I go straight to the bathroom, I wash my face with cold water. Cold water wakes me up immediately.
Oh, cold water in the morning. That is very brave, Liam.
It works. Then I brush my teeth, I get dressed, simple clothes, comfortable clothes, nothing fancy in the morning.
Yes, comfort is everything in the morning. What about breakfast?
Breakfast is very important to me. I never skip breakfast. I go to the kitchen and I make toast. 2 slices of toast with butter and a little honey. And of course, coffee. I always make a big cup of coffee.
Coffee, yes, very important.
Very, very important. I drink my coffee slowly. I look out the window. I check my phone, messages, emails, a little bit of news just for 10 minutes. Then I am ready for the day.
And what time do you leave the house?
I leave the house at around 8 o'clock. I drive to work. It takes about 20 minutes. I usually listen to music in the car, or sometimes a podcast. It's a nice way to start the day.
That sounds like a really lovely morning routine, Liam. Very calm and organized.
I try. Okay, Zara, now your turn. Tell us about your morning.
Okay, so my morning is a little different from Liam's. I wake up at 7 o'clock, a little later than Liam.
7 o'clock. That is more reasonable.
Yes, I agree. The first thing I do before anything else is make my bed. I cannot start my day with an unmade bed. It just does not feel right.
Oh, interesting. I do not make my bed in the morning. Maybe I should start.
You definitely should, Liam. It makes you feel organized immediately. Then I go to the bathroom, I wash my face, I brush my teeth. Then I do something very important. I do 10 minutes of stretching.
Oh, stretching in the morning. That is a great habit.
It really is. Just 10 minutes, it wakes up my body. I feel so much better after. Then I get dressed. I like to choose my clothes the night before so I do not waste time in the morning.
Oh, that is a clever idea. I always waste time choosing clothes in the morning.
Yes, plan ahead. Then breakfast. My breakfast is always yogurt with fruit and a little granola. Very simple, very healthy, and green tea. I do not drink coffee in the morning.
No coffee. Really? How do you wake up?
Green tea. It is lighter than coffee, but still gives me energy. I drink it slowly, and I read a few pages of my book. Just 10 or 15 minutes. It's my favorite part of the morning. Very quiet, very peaceful.
That sounds wonderful, actually. Very calm.
It is. Then I leave the house at around 8:15. I take the bus to work. It's about 30 minutes on the bus. I usually listen to a podcast or look out the window and think.
A thinking bus ride. I like that.
It is my thinking time.
Okay, listeners, let's look at all the important words and phrases we used. These are the key verbs for talking about your daily routine.
First, wake up. I wake up at 6:30. Wake up means to stop sleeping, to open your eyes and start the day.
Get out of bed. After you wake up, you get out of bed. You stand up and leave your bed.
Get dressed. You put on your clothes. I get dressed after breakfast, or I get dressed before breakfast. Both are fine.
Make breakfast or have breakfast. I make toast. I have yogurt and fruit. Make is for when you cook or prepare something. Have is for when you eat it or drink it.
Leave the house. I leave the house at 8 o'clock. This means you go out. You go outside and start your journey.
Get to work or arrive at work. I get to work at 8:30. I arrive at work at 8:30. Same meaning.
Now, time expressions. These are very important for talking about routine.
Every morning. Every morning, I make coffee. Every morning, I brush my teeth. Every morning means this happens each day without fail.
Always. I always make my bed. I always have breakfast. Always means 100%, every single time.
Usually. I usually take the bus. I usually wake up at 7. Usually means most of the time. Not always, but most of the time.
Sometimes. Sometimes I listen to a podcast. Sometimes I read a book. Sometimes means not every day, just occasionally.
Never. I never skip breakfast. I never wake up late. Never means 0 times. It does not happen.
These 5 words, always, usually, sometimes, never, every morning, are so useful. Use them and your English will sound so natural immediately.
Okay, so we talked about mornings, but what about afternoons and evenings? Zara, what do you do after work?
So I finish work at 5 o'clock. I take the bus home. I arrive home around 5:45. The first thing I do when I get home, I change my clothes. I put on something comfortable. Comfortable clothes immediately make me feel relaxed.
Oh, yes. Coming home and changing clothes, that feeling is the best.
The best feeling in the world. Then I cook dinner. I like cooking. I usually cook something simple on weekdays. Pasta, soup, rice with vegetables, something easy but healthy.
How long does it take you to cook?
Usually about 30 minutes, sometimes less. I eat dinner at around 7 o'clock. I like to eat slowly. I do not rush my dinner.
That is good. Eating slowly is healthy.
After dinner, I wash the dishes. Then I relax. Maybe I watch something on television, or I call a friend or family member just to catch up, talk about the day.
And what time do you go to bed?
I usually go to bed at 10:30. Before bed, I always read for 20 minutes. It helps me relax. It switches off my brain. And then I sleep. How about you, Liam? What is your evening like?
So I finish work at around 5:30. I drive home. When I get home, I am usually quite hungry, so I start cooking quite quickly. I like simple things too. Eggs, pasta. Sometimes I order food if I am very tired.
Very honest, Liam.
I am very honest. After dinner, I usually go for a short walk, just 20 or 30 minutes, around the neighborhood. Fresh air. It clears my head after a long day.
Oh, that is such a good habit. Walking in the evening is wonderful.
It really helps. Then I come home, I shower, I watch some television, and I try to be in bed by 11 o'clock. I try. Sometimes it's 11:30.
Sometimes.
Okay, maybe more than sometimes.
Okay, listeners, now it is your turn. Let's practice together. I am going to ask you some questions. Pause the video after each question. Answer out loud in English. Ready?
Question 1. What time do you wake up every morning? Pause and answer. For example, I wake up at 7 o'clock every morning. Your turn. Pause now.
Great. Question 2. What do you eat for breakfast? Pause and answer. For example, I usually have toast and coffee for breakfast. Go ahead, pause.
Wonderful. Question 3. How do you get to work or school? Pause and answer. For example, I take the bus to work. It takes 30 minutes. Try it.
Amazing. And question 4. What do you do in the evening to relax? Pause and answer. For example, in the evening, I usually watch television and read before bed. Your turn.
You are doing so well. Every time you speak out loud, your English gets stronger. Remember that.
Let's do a quick final review. Key routine verbs: wake up, get out of bed, get dressed, make breakfast, have breakfast, leave the house, cook dinner, go for a walk, go to bed.
And key time words. Always, usually, sometimes, never, every morning, every evening.
Use these words and your English will sound so natural, so confident.
Our question for you today: what is your favorite part of your daily routine? Tell us in the comments. For example, my favorite part is my morning coffee. Or, my favorite part is my evening walk. We want to know.
We read every comment. It makes us so happy to hear from you.
Please like this video, subscribe to Spark English Daily, and share with one friend learning English.
Thank you so much for being here today. See you in episode 5.
Keep practicing, keep growing, and keep sparking.
Bye, everyone.